Hello everyone, how are you doing today? I hope everybody's doing great. And it's been a pretty nice day here today. It's still kind of cold, which means the heat pump is running still. And ours is natural gas and it's pretty high. If you heat the whole house, we heat the whole house, but we turn it down, and in the living room we've got one of those like Amish heaters, the wooden ones, like an infrared thing. We've got one of those in there, and we've got the entrance like blankets over the entrance, so it keeps all the heat in there. So it's nice and cozy in the living room where the TV is and everything, but not so cozy in the rest of the house. But if we turned it up anymore, it would be just more than we could pay. So you got to do what you got to do. Okay, today on the prayer request, my Uncle Tom Clark, he had to have one of his legs amputated yesterday. And, it was just, he also has other issues. He's went to therapy today, and I had something else down here. He's doing good. He was able to have someone help him walk some, and he's in good spirits. And he doesn't know anything about YouTube or really any social media at all. So he will get the nurse or either his daughter, I think, is visiting, and they'll help him, to be able, because he wants to watch my videos and everything. So I just can't believe he's doing so good, y'all. I'm so glad, and relieved, because that would really get to anybody, So he's a strong guy and has faith in the Lord. That's what we're doing, is praying for people and letting the Lord take care of it. It seemed to work in this case too, Remember Angela Garcia, she asked for continued prayers. Got a rather lengthy list today. I don't like that per se. I mean, I want anybody that needs prayer to ask me, and that's no problem. I just don't like to see so many people sick and things going on, That's the only reason. I'd be nice if I only had, no prayer requests and everybody felt fine, but that's not the way the world works, is it? So, also remember Tumbleweed's daughter Sarah for continued prayers, and Tumbleweed has an unspoken request too. And Sheila D, her and her family needs prayers. Mark Robb is having sinus problems. Life with Stephanie's grandmother was taken to the hospital on Wednesday, and she's home today, and I didn't get any more details, but just glad that she's home, so obviously she's not worse, whatever it was. And the prayers helped there too. Tracy Vernon's son Roy had to go to the ER with weakness and shortness of breath, and I remember talking about that, and I think if you watched yesterday, I said I felt like that was probably blood pressure related, and it was, and he'd been having some anxiety too, and anxiety and depression and stress, that just drives your body to have problems. I mean, it really does. I had a lot of stress in the jobs I worked at younger, a lot. I mean, terrible stress. And I know that didn't help me one bit. Okay, let's see now. Missy's husband, Sherm, is sick and having stomach and bowel trouble. And Kathy Mulligan, and Missy went and got her, she got an iron infusion today. I've got picture of Sherm that she made there, and one other, I think it shows the IV, but it's a lot bigger. She got a lot bigger tube, I guess, for a better word, where everything goes through. It was bigger, so than mine. Obviously, mine's a different type of medicine anyway. But I'm anxious to see how the iron infusions does for her, because I'm kind of surprised already that they haven't tried to get me to have one. But I guess because I'm having these Entyvio infusions, they probably won't give them at the same time. She's husband. Kathy Mulligan's daughter, Kelly, had tests that show she has 2 large nodules in her neck. The doctors are discussing which plan of attack to take, naturally after the MRI and the CT scan. And those aren't fun at all. The MRIs are not fun, bless her heart. Let's just hope that they'll get some information that shows that it's not, maybe it's some benign type thing or something, was what we would hope for and pray for. My Uncle Tom, I already mentioned that. Sean Hultman, Jennifer's husband, I mentioned a little earlier, he's very sick with the stomach flu, and that is going around, y'all. Just, it seems like, you get a little warm weather and you're thinking, yes, and everybody gets out and stuff, and that stuff's still around. It obviously is. I've been having some stomach trouble the past few days, but it doesn't really feel like a flu thing. If I had something like the flu, I'd definitely know it. The Crohn's can feel like flu when you're in a flare. Okay, in case y'all didn't notice, I decided to cut my beard into a goatee. It's starting to get warmer. Lots of times I keep it like this in the summer because it's just too hot and it gets itchy and stuff. So I thought I'd try this for a while. Hope it doesn't look too bad. Here we go. Jennifer's friend, that's Sean is her husband. Jennifer's friend Shelley went to her consult yesterday, and they're doing a CT scan and an MRI on her to make sure the cancer hadn't spread. Then they will schedule surgery and treatments. Boy, that sounds just like sounds pretty much like poor Kathy's Mulligan's daughter Kelly. That sounds a lot alike. I don't know if it's the same. Probably not the same thing, but still, I feel for them. I really feel for them. So, okay, let's set this here for a minute. All right, our Bible reading today comes from 1 Peter 3, 8 to 14. Finally, all of you, be like-minded and be sympathetic. Love one another. Be compassionate and humble. Do not repay evil with evil or insult with insult. On the contrary, repay evil with blessing, because to this you were called for, that you may inherit a blessing. For whosoever would love life and see good days must keep their tongue from evil and their lips from deceitful speech. They must turn from evil and do good. They must seek peace and pursue it. For the eyes of the Lord are on the righteous, and his ears are attentive to their prayer. But the face of the Lord is against those who do evil. Who is going to harm you if you are eager to do good? But even if you should suffer for what is right, you are blessed. Do not fear their threats. Do not be frightened. Amen. Boy, sometimes them can hit home, can't they? I just try not to, everybody gets upset when something happens with another person, it's even on YouTube, and it's kind of dog eat dog out there, but I mean, I try to just water under the bridge, try not to let it get to you, because if you harbor ill feelings, it'll just eat you up. I would much rather if somebody has, in person, but you can't see in person, obviously on YouTube, but, I'd rather somebody, if they got something to say to me, say it. I'll respond to it. Say, God bless you, and we're on our way. At least we know where we stand, I mean, I don't Yeah, I try not to keep on with ill feelings. There's no use to. That's not God's way. All right, our devotional today is entitled Bearing the Burden of Wrongs. On January 30, 2018, almost 38 years after his conviction, Malcolm Alexander walked out of prison a free man. DNA evidence cleared Alexander, who had steadfastly maintained his innocence amid a myriad of court proceedings that were tragically unjust. An incompetent defense attorney, later disbarred, shoddy evidence, and dubious investigative tactics put on an innocent man in prison for nearly 4 decades. When he was finally released, however, Alexander showed immense grace. "You cannot be angry," he said. "There's not enough time to be angry." Alexander's words evidence a deep grace. If injustice robbed us of 38 years of our life and destroyed our reputations, we would likely be angry, furious. Though Alexander spent many long, heartbreaking years bearing the burden of wrongs inflicted upon him, he wasn't undone by the evil. Rather than exerting his energy trying to get revenge, he exhibited the posture Peter instructs: do not repay evil with evil or insult with insult. The scriptures go a step further. Rather than seeking vengeance, the Apostle Peter tells us we are to bless. We extend forgiveness, the hope of well-being for those who have unjustly wronged us. Without excusing their evil actions, we can meet them with God's scandalous mercy. On the cross, Jesus bore the burden of our wrongs, that we might receive grace and extend it to others, even those who have wronged us. That's some good advice. Sure is. Yeah, it's not good. Not good. Let me get organized here. And now it's time for Jokes of the Day. I appreciate everybody wishing my beautiful wife Joy happy birthday yesterday. She had a really great day, and then I fixed pizza last night, and Mom came back over. My mom took her to both of Joy's parents have passed away long ago, but my mom took her to Olive Garden for lunch, and they just had a great time, and it made Joy's day. And then we watched a movie together and stuff last night. All three of us, Logan, Andre. My daughter lives in Ohio, and y'all probably heard me talk about her. They're having a house built, but yeah, it was a great time, and I appreciate all the congratulations for me finally reaching 1K. I thank you very much. I think I'm at something like 144 today, maybe. So, onward. Okay. Teacher, name me 5 different animals, Johnny. Little Johnny. The dog, the dog's brother, the dog's sister, the dog's cousin, and the dog's aunt. Little Johnny. That's not what she meant, little Johnny. But you're right. Technically, little Johnny's always right, technically. Sir, you can't fish here, said the game warden. Person fishing. Don't worry, I'm not fishing. I'm just teaching my worm to swim. Oh, okay, that's fine then. We'll just let you go. Right. Okay, little Johnny. Daddy, why is the sky so high? Father, so the birds wouldn't hit their heads all the time, son. Johnny's dad. You wonder why Johnny's this way? Apple didn't fall far from the tree. Johnny's dad. What did the stamp say to the envelope? You stick with me and I'll take you places. Daughter asked mother, Mom, how long have you been married to Dad? Mom, 10 years. Daughter, oh, and how many do you still have left? Ooh, she's ready to get rid of Dad. Ooh, check. One day, fridges will take their revenge. They will burst into your bedroom in the middle of the night, switch the light on, stare at you for a few minutes, and then leave. I got him back there. Okay. How do you make an egg giggle? Tell it a yolk. Tell it a yolk. What did Mama Broom say to Baby Broom? Time to go to sleep, baby. Ooh. What gives us milk and has one horn? A milk truck. Ding ding. When can you be sure a snail is lying to you? When he says he's not home. I guess they're referring to the snails that have the thing on their back, the shell or whatever on their back or something. Or it looks like a shell, but I don't know what it is. It grows on them, I think. We used to have one of those little bitty crabs. Have y'all ever had them little bitty crabs that have a shell? And you put them in like a little aquarium and stuff? They're pretty cool. It lived quite a good long time. But, you know, eventually it passed away. Why did the walrus go to the Tupperware party? Oh, yes. This is Joy's joke of the day. Why did the walrus go to the Tupperware party? He was looking for a tight seal. Joy! Oh, okay. Thank you very much. Joy. Let me find my place. Oh, here we go. Okay. Feels funny not having that hair right here. I just cut it off a little bit ago. It's dry. It was itching stuff. It was bothering me. I get dry skin real bad in the winter. Okay. Yesterday on Who Is This? Let me find a proper place. Where the hell is this stored? Okay. Come on now. Man, I had a lot of stuff yesterday. Okay, here we go. The man of the day yesterday, Charles Bronson. Remember I said if he had a little funky mustache on his baby picture, he'd look just like it. And he was in, you know, those movies, Death Wish movies. He like kills like 40 people, you know, like one every 10 seconds it seems like. Never misses one shot, never has to reload. But everybody that shoots at him misses. I don't care how many it is. It could be an army. Thought Chuck Norris was bad. Sure better not say it. I don't want to make Chuck angry. And I remembered his wife was Jill Ireland. If y'all remember her, she's a very pretty lady. She was in movies and stuff. And she died of cancer. And then he just quit doing everything, which is what a good husband would do, and took care of her until the end. And then he didn't, I don't even know if he did anything else or not. He may have, but not much. And then our woman of the day, yeah, I don't need the baby one now. The woman of the day, Jennifer Lopez. Very talented. And she was in the movie Monster-in-Law with Jane Fonda, The Backup Plan, and Parker with Jason Statham as a co-star. And, okay, now, what you do is you guess, take a guess who you think those two are that I just showed you, and let me know in the comments what you think. So now, put that aside for a second, and I'm ready for, come on. I'm ready for tablet time. Y'all still there? Yeah, I see you. Okay. Oh, here we go. Yeah, we had, I think I showed all this, but let me get down to, okay. She must have slipped this cartoon in here. I don't know what it is you got. I don't know if I showed this or not yet. Y'all, you've got gallstones, kidney stones, and bladder stones. Welcome to the Stone Age. Oh, guy's like, what? No wonder I feel bad. Last night, they had eaten, so much at the Olive Garden for lunch, and Joy had some that left over, and Mom let us have her breadsticks that were left over. And so Logan and I kind of munched on that stuff for lunch, and then I knew she wouldn't be very hungry, and then Mom was coming back over, so I took that pizza crust that I showed y'all yesterday and made, it was pepperoni, bacon bits, real bacon bits, and mushrooms. And it turned out fabulous. There it is. I don't know if you can see it good. Yeah, I think it turned out fabulous, y'all. We all really enjoyed this crust. It just seems like the dough ones that's in the cans, it just seems like they're really good if you can get them done right. But our oven just won't cook them. The top will get burnt before it'll still be a little doughy. Well, these are obviously pre-cooked, and everything, so no problem with the crust whatsoever, and it was very tasty. And there's another shot of it. It was a good one. I mean, we all would rather have a homemade pizza any day. I put a little bit of Italian seasoning on top of it. Not much. You don't want to overpower everything with a spice, but just a little bit, or either oregano by itself, either oregano or Italian seasoning. And just when you're done putting all your toppings on, just barely sprinkle it around on it, barely. And it makes a big difference. Something's getting ready to happen on my phone or something. I hope it isn't a call. Let's see. We'll see what happens, y'all. I'm gonna try to. It shouldn't be doing this. I may have to cut it short if it stops. And if I do have to cut it short, well, there it's back. See, it was doing something. It didn't show what it was doing. Usually it'll pop up, some kind of notification or phone call. But I'm glad it's working now. And my sound may be off after that too. I hope not. It doesn't look like it, but you can't tell sometimes until you see it. So yesterday I wanted to take a picture of Joy. And there she is. She's having such a good time. And she's camera shy, so I'll show it again. Oh, bless her heart. She had such a good day. She was wore out too. We cuddled on the couch, and she was ready to go to sleep. She's just tired. Okay, I never showed the rest of I'm scatterbrained, y'all. For who is this? Here's the ones that you guessed for tomorrow. We couldn't find a real young picture of this guy. So it looks a lot like him, only young. And let me find my paper again, because this guy here, y'all know this. He co-starred with Jim Carrey in the Dumb and Dumber movies. That's probably all I have to say. He's been in a lot of other stuff. Sometimes he's in serious roles even. But usually it's a comedy. But he was either dumb or dumber. I don't know which one. And this little cutie sang the song Halo. Halo, big singer. She used to be in the group Destiny's Child. Destiny's. And she was in one of the Austin Power movies. There's something to help you out there. And like I said, guess in your comments who you think it is. I can't believe I did that, though. I've got so many different pictures mixed up in here. This is, I'm sorry I'm drinking so much, guys, but my mouth is really dry today. Worse than normal after taking a handful of pills. Sherm. This is Missy's husband, Sherm, at their infusion. Got him a big cup of coffee. They're probably there for 3 hours, I'd say. And her IV is much bigger than mine. I'll just show it for a second. But you know, a lot of people have to go through this. If you're getting chemo, chances are you're at one of these places. And the place is full. Every time I go, it don't matter what day it is full of people getting infusions for different reasons. And it just breaks your heart, you know, to see them in the various stages of their, you know, ill health and stuff. And I try to talk to as many as I can. They don't like you can't just walk around, you know. But the ones that are close to me, when I sit down, we're, you know, got a curtain between us, but that's not going to stop me from saying hi. Hope you're okay, you know, if they need a prayer or something. That's what you do. If, you know, you care about people, you do that stuff. I mean, I'm not saying every stranger, but, you know, these people, you know, some of them look just really down, bad. You know, you don't know how bad it is for them, or maybe even how long they have, you know, on Earth left. That's what I'm talking about. I mean, you know, you don't have to talk to every person that you just run into on the street or something. But if, you know, there's times when it's appropriate and well received by the people. I see this one here. I'll show this. Did I show them? Okay. And, you know, Missy had an iron infusion. They started her on B12 shots. And she'll have more information when, you know, they follow up. That's right. You either pull up your pants or you wear the underpants made out of jeans. I showed that a while back, but it's funny. I'd say Joyce sent that to me. Here's another nook, y'all. I think this one looks nice. What do y'all think? I can do my show in there. Had me a cup of coffee, you know. My throat's itchy, too. Excuse me. Okay. Some of them are a little slow to load. Dave, look at yourself. You've changed yourself into a couch potato. No, I haven't either. That cat, look at that cat laying there. Almost done, Fuzz? Can I turn around yet? I always liked those cartoons. Here we go. You just give me an acorn, and then you get your buddies to give you an acorn, and so on and so on. Oh no! Anybody ever got caught in one of those traps? Those, what do they call them? I can't even remember now. The pyramid scheme. Oh man, years ago I sold this stuff. I doubt it's around anymore. It's called New Skin. One of y'all may have got took by that place. Man, the product was pretty good, but it was really high and it was hard to sell to people. I mean, it was all kinds of different skin products and stuff. Like I said, it was a good product, but, you know, nobody had ever heard of it at the time, and you're over there trying to get them to sell it, plus buy some, and, I quit after a while. I just kept all the stuff I had. That's what they want you to do. You got to buy a big kit, you know. Sorry he can't come out and play. He's grounded. They want you to buy this big kit, you know, and it costs a fortune of samples and stuff. Go to these meetings and all, and I said, take it with a grain of salt. He took it literally. Slugs, remember? I was talking about slugs. They don't have no shell on them. But salt will do that to them, as I've heard. I've never done it. It'd be kind of cruel just to do it. But if they're eating your garden or something, it might not be a bad idea. Take that stupid look off your face. Mr. Potato Man, what have you done? Stupid look on your face. Okay, there we go. We finally made it through them. Oh, I guess Logan wanted me to show this to y'all. He must have got this when he went out with Joy. I think I had to get something earlier. Oh, I had to take a prescription to have it filled in a few days. Sweet Tarts Mini Chews. And I always liked the regular sweet tart, so I don't know. I have to try them tonight. I bet you these things have got some mega sugar. Added sugar. How can you add sugar to something that's candy anyway? Have added sugar. Yeah. Of course you added sugar. Okay. Not for young children less than 4 years have limited chewing ability and could choke on small candies. Well, it's good to know after you handed them a handful thinking it was all right. Oh, they're soft. Did you believe it's got 3% of your saturated fat in candy? 1% of your total fat? 14 grams of carbs in 20 pieces. Yeah. 11 grams of sugars in 20 pieces. I guess it could be worse, a Coke or something out there than that. But tonight, I'm going to show y'all what we got. I'm kind of wanting to do something easy because I've been feeling rough. And Joy's tired too from working in the yard the other day so much. Both of us. We were a pitiful sight. Moving slow. Okay, we got these, and I showed them when we had the haul from Walmart, like at the first of the month. And we tried one, and we were looking for a big box of them. They didn't have them. They just had like these, like the individual. It is Jose Ole rolled tacos, loaded beef nacho. There's two of them, as you can see. There's two in there. There's one, and there's one. To me, they taste a lot like a tamale. And I don't know if I don't think there's any cheese in it. Lord, I mean, see what I mean? Processed. You know, I mean, when you see this much right here, and even I don't know what, this might be more of it. No, that's different languages over there. But I mean, if it's got that many ingredients, you see how processed that is? You know, and we don't like to eat a lot of it, but we have to sometimes if we don't have much money and stuff, because all the processed stuff is cheaper and easier on the family, but then it's bad for you. So I try to make, you know, y'all have seen, I try to make a lot of home-cooked meals, at least that would have a minimum amount of chemicals or whatever they put in them. But I was going to see what I'm going to do is take these and, you know, we'll probably put them in the oven, 2 for each of us. I mean, we'll get 1 pack for each. And we'll heat them up, and I'll melt some cheese on them. If I have some, I hope I have some shredded cheddar. I'm not for sure. But then when they're done, we'll put some sour cream and maybe some taco sauce or salsa. And have them that way, and I'm going to fix some, I might make some homemade Spanish rice. I know we've got mixes, but I don't think we have a Spanish rice mix, and it kind of goes with, you know, Mexican meals. But, you know, I expected to have a ton of fat. 22% of your total fat, 25% of your saturated fat. I hope that's in 2 of them. Yeah, 2. In 1 package. No trans fat, 8% cholesterol, 600 milligrams of salt, though, 25%. It's got a little bit of fiber, 5 grams, 31 carbs, actually 9 grams of protein. I'm kind of surprised. Vitamin A, 35%, vitamin C, 4%, calcium, 50%. Wow, 50% of your daily calcium, that's hard to believe, almost. And 10% of your iron. Man, must be them chemicals they put in. I don't know, but I'm surprised that it has that amount of iron and calcium especially. So we'll see what. I guess I'll get my daily dose of calcium tonight. I guess that's about it today, y'all. I appreciate everybody so much. Press that like button. That means a lot to me. I know you like it. It's free to press like, so let's get that number way up there, y'all. I appreciate it so much. And I enjoy visiting with y'all. I can't, as I've said before, I can't get to everybody every day. I'm trying to kind of rotate them out, to where I'll eventually get to everybody. I'm doing the best I can. It's hard to, when you watch the whole, especially when you watch the whole thing, you want to, so you know what it's all about. So, everybody have a great night. Press that notification bell so that you get all my videos as soon as they come out. And if you haven't subscribed, please do. God bless every one of you and have a great evening. Bye-bye.